Are we live, Silent Assassin? Are we live-ish? We are live-ish. We don't... Listen, I got a lot to say tonight, but I never start these rant shows without my superhero music. I gotta stand on business. And the only way that we stand on business, Silent Assassin, is one way. You know what that way is, right?
Yeah.
You already know what it is. Cue the sound.
I feel like slapping a nigga today. Whoa, whoa. I feel like slapping a nigga today. Whoa.
It's that time of the day.
Feel like slapping a nigga today.
All Even Podcast, we back. I got a lot to talk about tonight.
These motherfuckers on the road. Where the hell they learn to
Let me just get
drive? Job
get over
turkeys
that
at my
breeze.
job. About to
Let
get a
that breathe a
cool
little
cold
bit.
mean five. Should've took the day off. Might slap
They
my
gonna wish I
boss,
had a day
my
off
own
tomorrow.
damn
That's my real
kids,
job, I'll
pissing
tell you
me
that
off. As if I hadn't had enough. Chipotle
get
fuck
uncomfortable
my
tomorrow.
goddamn order up. I'm fed up.
Now let's go get uncomfortable tonight.
Feel like slapping a nigga today. Whoa,
All Even Podcast, like, share, subscribe. I'm on Instagram at All Even Podcast. I'm on X at All Even Podcast. I'm on TikTok at All Even Media. You get on YouTube, like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend that the man has gone crazy again. If you thought that my Stephen A. Smith clip was crazy, oh, just wait.
bartender, don't you see me waving you down?
Yeah, wave
This guy
him
came
down.
after me. I was here first.
I'm waving down
But
Yankee
you
fans tonight,
serving
too.
them rounds. No.
Yeah, I'm talking to y'all.
Uber here. My friends expecting me to buy
I'm
back.
talking to
Tomorrow
the
morning,
Knicks fans
I
out
better
there.
get a cash
I
app.
feel for y'all.
Last one of you
Terrible what
motherfuckers
happened
get
last night.
slapped at that. Whoa.
We in the building, Silent Assassin. We in the building. We in the building. We in the building. I am one of those people that I don't hold my tongue paused for nobody. I don't. You got people that want to do the PC shit. I don't do that. That's not me. It's never been me.
Woke up this morning with these thoughts in my head.
We're gonna let the whole track breathe tonight.
The world would be better off if I just stayed my ass in bed. Whoa.
Let's go.
I feel like slapping a nigga today. Whoa.
Let it breathe. Let it breathe.
Slapping a nigga today.
All my Met fans out there, we all know what's going on. Calmate. Cool out. We good. So, how are you, Silent Assassin?
Pretty good. Been busy, but, figuring it out.
Yeah. I had an interesting week. First off, I was left for dead over the weekend because my son got me sick, right? I had 104 fever. I was out. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Shivering like a dope fiend on the couch. I'm like, yo, what's going on here? But I'm back. Back with a lot to say. There's no off sports pod topic. There's none of that today. There's some stuff that we gotta talk about, right? They got, the MVP was named in the NBA. We have conference finals going on between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Minnesota Timberwolves. They're game 2 right now. Knicks played on Wednesday night. That was a shocking outcome, but it's definitely going to be a very, very good series. But, I just want to tell Knicks fans to cool out. We good. The NFL, they're a bunch of marks. They're a bunch of marks. They caved when they shouldn't have caved on the TUSH push. Should have been out of here, and they voted to keep it in. I'm going to talk about that, right? Some Mets news. We're going to talk about Juan Soto. Obviously, we have to talk about Juan Soto. But we are not going to talk about Juan Soto in a way that's derogatory because we are Mets fans. We support him. But we have to be honest. We got to be honest in regards to what we're seeing. So we're going to go ahead and talk about that. But let's go ahead and just rip the Band-Aid off, shall we? I am somebody who, when I sit here, I stand on business. no matter if you agree with me or not, I'm going to give you the truth. And the truth is, people tend to look at Met fans as less than. They look at the Mets organization as less than. Because history says that we have been less than. We haven't been a successful franchise for very long. We haven't been a franchise for that long, period. Right? So when you have storied franchises like the Chicago Cubs, St. Louis Cardinals, the New York Yankees, the Red Sox, all of these teams that have been around for a while, we're kind of late to the party. So we still have some stuff to overcome and to be able to achieve. Like, think about it. Our home run leader is how many home runs Darryl Strawberry has in his career? 200 and something?
Yes, in the twos.
Yeah, that's not a lot for somebody who was, spent the majority of his career at one place.
Yeah.
So for us to not have anybody yet, Pete is going to break it this year, but we haven't had anybody break it yet, shows you a lot.
Yeah.
Is that we are still an infant franchise that's trying to be more consistent and be that juggernaut dominant franchise for the next 10, 20, 30 years. We get that. We get that Yankee fans have this superiority complex. We get that all the people that cover the Yankees have this aura of invincibility about them because they're covering the hallowed Yankees. It's fine. You guys have all of these great players that's come through your organization, the team. I'm not going to knock them. Great players. Historical players. Historical figures that have set records. Joe DiMaggio's 56-game hit streak. Nobody's going to break that shit. Right? Babe Ruth, legend. All of these guys. Reggie Jackson, Alex Rodriguez, Derek Jeter. Like, you have so many greats. Respect to them. And respect to all the Yankee fans that are true Yankee fans that bleed their team, but they're realistic. You don't have to be a negative Yankee fan to support your team. You can be a fan that loves them, and then you can also be honest about your team. I have a whole bunch of Yankee friends that support the team, but they're very realistic about their expectations. They don't believe that it's World Series every year. They did. Listen, let's go ahead and ride this out. Let's see what it is. Let's enjoy the season. Let's go from there. So those are the people that I respect. I don't respect the people that behave like the Yankees are the best thing in town because, newsflash, they haven't been. Got to World Series last year, cool. But what'd you do before that? Not much.
There's been many franchises that have made multiple World Series within that span.
Exactly, right? So this is what I'm saying is that, yes, you're the hallowed Yankees. Yes, the history is rich. But let's cool the F out about it, right? So Juan Soto chooses to go to the Mets over the Yankees. And people have been angry, upset. I have people in my life, and I'm not going to, not call people out. I'll call people out by names. I don't need to use names today because they don't fucking matter. But you know who you are. In regards to saying that, oh, well, I hate Juan Soto now. He was never yours to begin with. And shouts to Alfred. He has the Metropolitan Report. He had a nice clip in the segment talking about Yankee fans, talking about how, where was the smoke for Roger Clemens when he was on the contract with y'all, retired, and then signed with the damn Astros? You didn't have no smoke for him. Where was the smoke for Robinson Cano when he took the money and went to Seattle? He was yours. But the guy that literally got traded here, he didn't ask to be a Yankee. You traded for him. You knew that he was going to hit free agency. You knew that there was no way in hell he was going to sign an extension. He was always going to hit free agency. Because who is his agent? It's Scott Boras. Scott Boras doesn't sign mid-season extensions. That's not what he does. So you had this guy, and please sign Juan Soto. Sign him. Sign. All you fans were clamoring and sucking meat. Oh, we love Juan Soto so much. He's so great. But as soon as he says, you know what? I think the team across town is pretty good too. Like what they're doing, like what they have. I appreciated my time with the Yankees, but it's time for me to go. That's not good enough for you. You can't just go ahead and say, thank you for the year. Thank you for getting us to the World Series. It didn't work out, but all the best to you. No. But here's the thing. I expect it from the fans. I do. I expect it from regular fanatics like myself that are so passionate about their team that they take it personal. Who I don't expect it from are people that are in legacy sports media that are supposed to be the glimmer of light and the beacon of just honesty and transparency. Guys like Michael Kay. Those guys. Mr. Yankee. So we're going to talk about his lying ass. We're also going to talk about ESPN and their stupid ass coverage as well. Because the Subway Series comes, Juan Soto's in town, and Buster Only was supposed to have him mic'd up to talk about Aaron Judge. Not about him being in New York. Not about him being with the Mets and how he's fared with the Mets and if he's comfortable and what he likes about the Mets, what's different between the Mets and the Yankees, all of those softball fucking questions that they always ask on Sunday Night Baseball. You don't want to ask him those questions. You want to ask him about Aaron Judge. So what did Juan Soto do? Juan Soto said, you ain't micing me up tonight. Oh, ESPN didn't like that. They didn't like that one bit. So you have idiots out there like Carl Ravage, right? That's talking about, oh, well, we heard that Juan Soto has a private jet. Where? Show me the actual flight log. Show it to me. Post it. Where is it? So you have all of these people that are spreading these lies and propaganda for what? Because the guy went to the other team? Because he's no longer a Yankee? Because he didn't want to give you an in-game mic-up interview? You tried to set him up. He just wants to play baseball. He doesn't care about being on your stupid ass mic. And if you wanted to ask him real questions, he would have answered it because he did an interview with The Athletic when the Mets were in Boston. Talked about, hey, listen, love being with the Mets. You know, the Red Sox were really, really close. They were, at the top of the list with the Yankees and the Mets. Like, I almost got here. I almost went here. I love this place. It's great. So he talked up the Red Sox, talked up the Mets. You don't think he could have did that the same thing with the Yankees or with the mic on Sunday night baseball? But they didn't want to do that. So for me, I'm like, all right, I already see the bullshit that's happening here. So he ends up leaving the game or leaving, after the game. He doesn't speak to any reporters. Oh, they didn't like that either. They didn't like that. So you got people like Bob Clappish from NJ.com start to spread bullshit too. Oh, well, I'm hearing that he's miserable with the Mets. Don't take my word for it, but I hear sources. It's a private jet. You got Boomer Esiason going to his stupid ass show in the morning the next day talking about private jets. Where are you getting this information from? Do you guys not vet information? You just talk whatever you hear? So you're no different than the person that doesn't have a show. Where's the people that are actually supposed to be vetting the information and giving it to you to talk about? But you're a Met fan. You're an insider. You have conversations with people in the Mets organization. But you don't know that Juan Soto doesn't have a private jet? This is why I don't listen to legacy sports media, sports radio. I don't listen to none of it. It's all garbage. You have idiots out there like Keith McPherson. I don't understand how he's even on radio. He's so one-sided. If you want to be a Yankees guy, let them hire you over there, yes. But if somebody that wants to actually hear a very, very unbiased program, You ain't the person to be able to spill that. All I hear is unintelligent conversations over there. So again, you're starting to see what? A Yankee propaganda starting to grow. Starting to build and grow and starting to permeate and stink. And who is the grandmaster of them all? Michael Big fucking Head K. Mr. I think that I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread. No one cares about Michael K anymore. But for him to come out and say, oh, I heard that Juan Soto's family forced him to choose the Mets. He was going back to the Yankees. That's funny. Because you said before the season that Juan Soto chose the Mets for the money. So which one is it? Is it because we gave him the suites and all this other stuff where the contract is over $800 million if you go ahead and factor in the price of the suites? Or is it that his family forced him to go? Which one is it? So you want to talk about, oh, don't get mad at me because, you know, this is what I'm hearing. Your sources. Where are your sources? Show them. Since you're so tapped in, show them. Since you don't want people to come at you and call you a liar, which I'm gonna call you, you're a fucking liar. Show it. Because if you don't show it, you're just as bad as Stephen A. Smith. You're the white version of Stephen A. Smith. All you do is stuff for clickbait now. You do things to be seen because you know what's happening. Legacy media is starting to die. And you have independent contractors and independent creators out there that are doing a lot better work than you. Nobody gives a shit about the Michael K. Show. You don't even have video on your YouTube clips because maybe you don't even know how to use it. You're a dinosaur. You're an 8-track tape. You're a floppy disk. And then it got even better. You had him go on this rant today. Talk about all you Met fans and you creators, you guys are beneath me and I don't have to do this anymore because I've made a great living and I still make a great living. Then quit. Then quit. But guess what? You do it because you, like everybody else, does it for views. If people don't download your streams, then you don't get paid, which means that you have to make sure that you keep your base hungry for something. And then when you give them something, now they're satisfied. You're giving the Yankee people, all the Yankee fans out there that hate Juan Soto, oh, this is food for the base. You're no different than Fox News. Yankee propaganda is what I see. Let it go. Let it go. You have Aaron Judge having a historical season. Historical start. Yet you're flooding your airways with Juan Soto. He's not a Yankee anymore. Talk about Grisham. Talk about The Martian. Talk about all of these guys that are playing so well for the Yankees right now. You guys are in first place. You guys had a walk-off win last night. Shouts to y'all. Talk about that. Talk about how great the prospects are looking, whatever it is. But you can't do that consistently because nobody cares about listening to you cover the Yankees, especially on Yes, because it's a dead program. You ever listen to a Yankee game? It's like listening to an obituary at a funeral. Boring. Michael K., boring. And you know what's crazy? The fact that there's another team across town that keeps winning awards. It's interesting. So the baby brother, you have to actually kowtow to and realize that they're better than you. You know why they're better than you? Because they're just regular fucking people and they're not some fucking bot. And what's crazy about Michael K and his little rant today going off on these Mets independent creators like Wardy, like some other pods that pods out there. Shouts to Wardy, shouts to all of these guys that are in the space that are doing their thing and they're building their own brand. They don't have to be Michael K. We don't need them to be Michael K. If anything, don't be that. Be something the opposite of that. Be something better. Be a decent person. Don't be an asshole like Michael K. Because I know people that know Michael K. He's an asshole. I'm not gonna hold my tongue here. I'm not gonna, no. Let's be honest. Let's have an honest conversation about what we actually see. It's Yankees, lies, and propaganda. You have Bob Clapper's. Who does he cover, Silent Assassin? You know? It's the Yankees. Who does Michael K cover? Oh, the Yankees. So wouldn't it behoove people who are covering the Yankees to go ahead and go throw dirt on Juan Soto's name as much as possible? Because all it does what? It gives you ratings and clicks and downloads. Give me a break. It's disgusting. That's my issue with this whole thing. Is that if you want to go ahead and talk on your program about certain things, tell the truth. Say, listen, I don't know if this is true or not. I would hope that it's not, but I'd seen whatever it is, and I heard this or whatever it is. But you're talking about this as it's fact. It's not. None of it is. There's no private jet. There's no coercion from his family. There's none of that. He's miserable with the Mets. The only time I saw him smile was when he smiled at Boone and Judge. The fuck out of here with that bullshit. And even if that were the case, let's go ahead and just live in this hypothetical world, shall we? Even if he was miserable, guess what? He'll never go back to the Yankees because he chose his bed. You got to deal with that. That's the whole point. Let it go. It's over. To you Yankee fans that have vitriol and so much rage and anger for this man, let it go. Go hang out with your families. Go enjoy life instead of being in your mother's basement miserable. And for Michael K., instead of you being on your high horse and telling other Met creators and people who are trying to build their own brand in the space that they're beneath you, how about you do something constructive and actually help the creators and help the youth try to get to where they need to be instead of gatekeeping like all of you old motherfuckers always do. You say it yourself. You're 64 years old. You don't need to do this anymore. Then walk away. Do everybody a favor and leave. Because at the end of the day, you're a fossil. You're a dinosaur. You're something that people don't want anymore. You may come at me and say, I'm a nobody. Yeah, that's true. But guess who also is a nobody to many? Michael K. Michael K doesn't stir everybody's drink. We can be able to watch content. We can be able to watch the Yankees without having to see you. And it's better that way. Because gatekeepers like you and Stephen A. Smith and Buster Only and all of these losers that continue to occupy space in this content world, you're on borrowed time. At some point, people start to tune you out You don't get the same reviews and stuff anymore, and you become a legacy act. I'm just waiting it out. And I'll be here to kick you out the door as well. Moving on. Before I move on, any thoughts, Silent Assassin, of what I said?
I think with everything like coming out now, I obviously agree with your whole Yankee propaganda. But like if say the private jet thing was real, wouldn't we have heard about that?
Yeah.
How many months ago when he signed and all the other stuff was coming out that he gets all these incentives that weren't even true. Also too, if like who is your like if you're hearing his family made him do this, only Juan Soto knows that.
Right.
So then going down the line, like who's your source? Like you direct with apparently now you're direct with Juan Soto.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You talk about you got Met sources. What Met sources?
Yeah.
This is a new Mets organization. What sources do you have now?
Yeah. Everyone's clean house.
Yeah.
So
Ain't no Wilpons there no more.
No. Got a whole new team, a whole new organization in there, and then you saw him like. Once the news broke, you saw Soto celebrate and then the hot tub getting the champagne. Like he was happy, Obviously, he hasn't had, I guess, going at his season has been, good. I don't know if you remember, who's it? Trevor. He was a pitcher for us a few years ago, a relief pitcher.
Trevor May.
Yeah, Trevor May. He was on his TikTok sharing like the 10 biggest contracts that have been signed recently, and Soto was on there. He was plus has these contracts been worth it, and he's been plus for the first 40-50 games of the season has been good for us. Obviously he hasn't been Juan Soto caliber, but it's going to take time to kind of get there. There was a comment I saw like we haven't seen the Soto shuffle really. Like when's that happening? He's like, oh, it's gonna come, but time has to be.
He's
be
getting
ready.
comfortable.
It's
we're gonna talk about that later in the show, but you know what? No, let's talk about it now. Yeah. I mean, yes, the whole Juan Soto, the struggles, they're real. We gotta be honest as Met fans. Like, what we're seeing is a guy that he's lost at the plate right now. And I think because he's so much of a perfectionist, right? It affects him even more.
Yeah.
Because he's not used to this level of being like so lost. Like, we saw the game Wednesday night against the Sox, and he couldn't even get the bat off his shoulder against Garrett Crochet.
Yeah. Pitches right there. He just looking at them.
Yeah, two strikeouts, and he never got the bat off his shoulder.
Yeah.
That's not Juan Soto. The last at bat that he had where he drove the ball to center, drove the run in, that looked like him.
Yeah.
So, there's even with the darkness, there's some signs that he's like getting out of this thing, right? And we saw that the lineup changed recently where Mendoza now put him in the 3-hole, which that's where I wanted him to be in the first place.
Yeah.
Like, I never cared for him to be the second hitter just because it's not the fact that he can't be there. It's that this Mets team needs him to be somewhere else, right? Respect to Pete. He's been having a great season, but Pete is not Aaron Judge. You can't it's not the same level of concern when there's a Pete Alonso behind a Juan Soto. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can pitch around Juan Soto and then you can pitch around Pete as well. So, he's been good, but now you see that Pete is struggling.
Yeah.
He's in a little slump as well. So the whole team is like when one person slumps, it's like everybody slumps.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the fact that Brett Beatty was the hero,
It was very... Obviously, he had a great spring training, but to think of how it was last year, have Vientos kind of being on the bench now, and have Brett Beatty kind of
Yeah,
shining,
like the reverse,
you know?
right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So for me, I watch all the games. I see the statistics. I check the box scores and all that, and I've never panicked not one time this entire season. You know, I have people that are fans that they live and die with every single inning and every single game. And oh my God, what's going on with Juan Soto? I'm concerned. I'm like, dude, do you not remember what Francisco Lindor looked like his first year? Francisco Lindor barely smiled. Remember, he had that whole situation with him and Javi Baez,
Yeah.
right? Like it's such a distant memory now that you don't even remember how tumultuous that first year was. It wasn't smooth sailing. He got into a fight with McNeil. It was just not a good year for him because he was not comfortable being in New York.
Yeah.
It takes a while.
And
You know what I
coming
mean?
I think at that time
He was one of the highest paid players in the
yes,
league.
behind Trout.
Yeah.
That was it. And, you know, the highest paid infielder
Right.
ever. So
You know, so they came with a lot of expectations. He didn't play well. The fans turned on him, and you see the same thing happening with Juan Soto. Now the fans are not, Met fans are not booing him like that. It's just they're expecting this superhuman player, and it's just not the way baseball is. Baseball's 162, man. If guys were good the entire 162, we'd have somebody that would hit 400 home runs already. It's just not possible. It's not the way it goes. Yeah. You're gonna have times where you're gonna have a bad month. You're gonna have a bad 2 weeks. You're gonna have a bad 6 weeks sometimes. Like some people have bad first halves and then they wake up in the second half and have such different splits between the two halves of the season. Like you see those things happen. This is baseball. So I've always said that I want him to do well this year. I think he is gonna do well this year. But if he doesn't, I'm giving him a mulligan.
yeah.
I remember how bad Carlos Beltran was in 05. He didn't even hit 20 home runs in 05. He struggled that much. And people were like, who is this bum? Who is this guy that came from Houston? He got traded midseason from the Royals to the Astros, got them to the damn World Series. He's hitting home runs all over the damn place. Where's that guy? He struggled.
Yeah.
It's okay. Like, just understand that baseball is a game of struggle. To be a great player, you have to fail 70% of the time. To be an elite player nowadays, you have to fail 75% of the time. A 250 guy is 250 is a new 300. So just think about that. How often you have to fail to get to 250. That's a one hit in every 4 at bats.
Yeah.
So what are we really talking about here? Give the guy a chance to figure it out. I think what's happening with him is that his confidence is so shot right now, and I think he's looking in the mirror like, what is happening? Like, I don't even recognize myself because I think the pressure and the expectation, I don't think that it's the pressure of New York because he played in New York, but it's different, right? But it's the expectation to say to yourself, yo, I'm making all of this money. I have to be good. I have to do better than what I did before to be able to warrant all of this money that I got. Rather than just say, I'm Juan fucking Soto, man. I'm a Soto shuffle from game 1 to game 162. We don't give a damn, baby. That's what he got to get back to. He got to go back to, I just don't care. I'm Juan Soto. Shouts to Pedro Martinez. He came out and said that, look, we tend to forget the human side of players. That they're not just robots. They have feelings. They have emotions. They go through certain things that can show on the field and have them struggle in real time. But know that he's a great player. He's going to figure it out. He was Pedro said he was once the highest paid pitcher in the league, and he felt that pressure. I got to be perfect every time. I got to come out here and throw complete games. to warrant me getting that contract. So that people that come after me can get more money than I did. Rather than say, oh, look, we gave him the money, look what he did.
Yeah, since like day one too, it's always been, oh, it's not worth the money.
That's all they talk about.
Yeah, since day one, since after, especially like, oh, we were paying Shohei basically like, a bargain,
Right.
and then, but just with time,
Yeah,
so.
we got 15 years with this guy.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell are we talking about? We are 3 months into 15 years? And people are starting to wild out already?
And also, too, it's also be different if the team was bad.
Right. We're like tied for first place or game back,
Yeah.
whatever the hell it is. Like, yo, the sky is not falling here.
Yeah.
It just ain't.
Yeah.
I understand that, that there was some hustling issues that he had in the Yankee series. There's some, he had hit the thing off the shot off the green monster and it was a single. That should happen. I see that should happen all the time in Fenway.
Yeah, that's always. I feel like in 9 out of 10, it's going to be a single, just
Yeah.
because of how close it is to play off the bounce off the
Yeah,
wall.
I just think that when he hit it, I think he lost the ball. That's what I believe. I think he lost the ball because I think when he hit it, he thought that shit just went over the wall, not realizing that it just kind of died onto the monster. And then but then guess what? What did he do right after that? He stole second base. Come on now. Like, we got to stop this. Like, talking about the hustling, come on now.
Yeah.
Like, he reminds me, he's more of a mold of a Manny Ramirez than he is Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge is a guy that hustles. He's just a different player. Juan Soto is kind of like Manny Ramirez to me.
Yeah.
Talented, knows the strike zone, excellent hitter, great power guy, but is a bit of a lazy hot dog guy. And I'm not even calling him lazy, but he's just very, very like laissez-faire.
Yeah.
It's very monotone. He doesn't get high or low. He's the same guy. So that can come off as, oh, he's not trying hard. What the fuck are we talking about here? So, people just got to relax, man. Like, as a Met fan, yeah, I don't like the fact that they're slumping right now. I don't like the fact that the offense looks bad and the pitching staff has been carrying our asses. But that's baseball.
Yeah.
Right? They're if you look at the advanced metrics, they're hitting the ball hard. They're walking a ton. All of the statistics and like the advanced stats have the Mets in like all of the statistics are like top 10.
It's just been unlucky. Like how many
exactly.
Yeah, how many balls have they hit the past 2 series where it's like 100 plus?
Yeah.
Just getting wrong spots.
They've hit into like 40 double plays.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a lot. It's just these things are gonna even out. This is why baseball is that averages average out. Guys that are great, you look at the back of their baseball card and it always kind of comes around the same way. So give Juan Soto a break. He's putting pressure on himself. He's trying his best to live up to the expectation. But at the end of the day, he's still a kid. And he's a guy that wants to be as great as he wants to be, great as he can be. He's a baseball player. He breathes the game. He understands that he's struggling. You can see it. So just be a supportive fan, appreciate the team, and just allow him to go through this slump and get out of it. That's all we can do as fans. Are you concerned about what happens with Mauricio? Like when he comes, they're gonna call him up very soon. Where does he go?
Yeah, I was really having a conversation with my family last night. 'Cause I would kind of, it involves them getting rid of Marte, which I would hate to see.
Yes.
But he's not the same player.
At this point, do you just DFA him?
Yeah, that's what it's kind of like. Send him, DFA him, call up Ronnie. He could DH. He could play. I know he was taking some. Was it before his injury? He was taking some reps outfield.
Yeah.
Left field. So he can kind of swap that around, I guess, with Nimmo, because Nimmo too he's been good, but kind of injuries have kind of bothered
Slowed
him
him
for
up,
a minute.
Yeah.
So that's like really the outcome, I think, of kind of having him fit in is, Marte's, kind of off the team, which I would hate to see, but
Yeah, I mean, I love Marte, but
yeah.
sometimes there's decisions that you have to make in regards to a team, and some cuts you gotta make that you don't want to make.
Yeah.
It's either DFAing Marte or sending Brett Beatty to China.
Yeah.
That's the only two options you got.
Yeah.
But the kid he's playing great defense right now. He really is.
Like at the moment, like you can't get rid of Beatty.
No.
He's really, since he's come back up, he's really shined. So to
Yeah.
keep that confidence up in him, and never know, it could be, like I said, the next Mark Vientos have a huge season.
And the thing is too, like the one thing that I love about what Brett Beatty's doing is that his bat speed has always been fast through the zone, right? So it's never been a problem of him being able to make. It's just about what type of contact he's making. He never was able to lift the ball.
Yeah.
Everything was always slapped on the ground because maybe he just wasn't. His mechanics were bad. He might have been dropping his front shoulder, whatever it was. He just was not driving the baseball. He's driving the baseball now. And he's showing confidence. And he understands his responsibilities defensively at third base. So you're seeing this kid blossom and grow right in front of you. So, like you said, you can't take him out at this point. So the only other option that you have is to DFA Marte, which sucks, but give me Ronnie. You see what he's doing out there at AAA?
He's over 600, right?
He's tearing it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man got one leg, still bombing. We love it. Yeah. So for me, it's just like, come on, man. I've been a Ronnie Mauricio fan for years.
Yeah.
Get him here.
Kind of forget about him because it's been, 2 years?
Yeah.
He's been out?
And not realizing how young he still is.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's only, 23, 24 years old?
Yeah. So to have him, even like when I went to the games and saw him, just like look at him, he's
He's a monster.
Huge. Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah. So that would definitely be like a big spark.
Yeah.
To help the offense. It's been, very slow over the past couple series.
Yeah.
So to have him come up, that would be, amazing.
We got a big series coming up, Silent Assassin.
Got LA.
Yeah. What do you listen? Obviously, we lost so many series in a row right now. But do you think that sometimes when a team is struggling, it's good to get a team that's playing well to kind of slap you in the face and wake you up?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think they're coming home, so I think that's gonna help them out a bit. And then just kind of the revenge tour, kind of getting, obviously they lost last year to the Dodgers, so kind of like this is, our time to kind of spark things up and, get back to, our normal selves and playing well.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think if I was Mendoza, I would throw at Shohei. I want to see a fight because maybe that will wake us up. Sometimes a good fight is perfect for what you need in regards to the team because it's camaraderie. We coming together to whip some ass, right? So you need that sometimes.
Yeah.
You need that sometimes. Yeah, well, what's the dude on the Boston Red Sox? The dude that was trying to get at Frankie.
Walker.
Yeah, Walker Buehler. Get his bum ass out of here.
Yeah.
You don't want no fights. Yeah. You don't want none of this. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And Frankie don't fight. Mm-hmm. But somebody else should have. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? So for me, sometimes a good fight is great. We know that Shohei is not going to fight. But if we throw at his ass, they gonna empty out the damn dugout. We going to empty out ours, and then we going to have a nice fight. Uh-huh. And then that's when we're like, all right, cool. Now we're gonna get excited.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're gonna get Pete Alonso trying to hump somebody. It's just weird like that. So that's what I'm trying to see. I want to see some fight, some energy, some toughness out of this team. Like have some edge to you. You know what I mean? That's why I miss Winker. You know what I mean? He's hurt right now. Winker gives you that edge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's what. Honestly, since he's been down, have you noticed that the team doesn't really have that much of a swag anymore?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a very important, team guy, clubhouse guy.
Yeah.
You need guys like that on your team.
Yeah.
There's too many nice guys.
Even like obviously when he joined at the trade deadline last year, just going off like him and Iglesias just blew up the team.
They injected rocket fuel into this team. Batteries and backs. People was over here. Oh, you acting tough now? I ain't never seen you do that. Winker did it. You know what I mean? Like that's what it is.
Yeah.
So when you're missing those elements of your team, even Sean Manaea, like missing those guys, these tough guys, like you need it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The team right now kind of feels like the 23 team to me. Right now. Like they are still trying to like figure each other out. There's just this weird awkwardness. You know what I mean? Like it's a good team. It's a very good team, but they don't feel together yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's talent there and they're winning because there's talent there, but they don't feel cohesive yet. And I hope that at some point they do get there. Like for me, I don't know if you've noticed this, but Lindor and Soto are a little, they're not so, you know what I mean? Like I need to see them a little bit more. Not saying that they're not cool, but that bond needs to get a lot closer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that has to be the pairing for the
Yeah.
That's
That's gonna be the pairing for at least the next 9 years.
Yeah.
So we gotta figure it out.
Even something actually just came to mind, but how the chemistry was in spring training, we were like, oh, this is gonna be a great chemistry, and then talking about Jose Siri goes down,
Right.
and then because Soto,
He's another one.
yeah, like Soto had a good opening, like couple series. Like,
He was hot.
Yeah, and then Siri goes down early. I feel like that was kind of a change, like a shift as well.
That's the thing when you have your soldiers go down. Like Siri he's an irritant, right?
Yeah.
He's a hot dog. I love the way that guy plays baseball. Fast as shit, steals bases, has a swag, hit home runs. He's batting like 118, but it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
What he brings to the table is like there's always certain teammates that superstars need to get them going. And those guys look like they get the guys going. You need those guys back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Is there any news on Siri?
Not that I've seen, but when it did happen, I think it was pretty significant break. I think I'm trying to think. It might have been him where I saw something that they were progressing pretty quickly than expected. It might have been him, I believe, but but kind of once he comes back and Winker comes back, Manaea comes back, it's a whole different team.
Yeah,
too, so.
We're gonna be ready to roll, man. So it's slow movement right now. They're still playing well, or the record is fine. They're not playing well right now, but the record, when you do damage early, you can be able to go through these low points and kind of figure it out. So, Mets will be all right. I got all the confidence in the world that they'll be fine. Moving on. Let's go ahead and go discuss the NFL right now because, you tend to think that the owners and Roger Goodell will figure out a way to do the right thing, right? Do the right thing. But no, they go ahead and upheld this tush push garbage. Like, how is this fair? How is it legal? You got the best damn team in the NFL. If they're fourth and one, they're gonna do this tush push garbage. It's an automatic first down. How do you not have the backbone to say enough? Get this shit out of here. Go do something else. You got the owners that collapsed and caved. You had friggin' Jason Kelsey trying to lead the charge. Like, get out of here with this nonsense. You ain't playing no more. Y'all already got the Super Bowl. Get the hell out of here, man. Get that crap out of here. It's a cheat code.
for me, the Giants voted against it, so it's a point
Yeah.
for the Giants.
I like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't look. Come on, man. Like it's. I've never seen a play that's as guaranteed as the tush push. So if they're not gonna ban it, what's gonna end up having to happen now? Everybody gotta do that shit now. Everybody gotta learn it.
Yeah, everybody takes the play, or the other way, like the defense has to figure out a play. You know,
Yeah.
to just practice it, like
That's
go
it.
against it, but yeah.
Get some tape, get some advanced scouts, and go do the damn tush push yourself.
Yeah, like was it against the Commanders where they were trying to like jump early and then the Eagles got like pissed off or something?
Yeah.
Last year, it's like, what do you want us to do?
Right.
You know what I mean? So
We gotta do something.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, so you want to do this cheat bullshit, and then you don't want us to try to jump the gun. It's nonsense.
Yeah.
I don't like it, man. It's just like, come on now. Like, I outside of Eagles fans, nobody likes this shit. No one. And yeah, it could be sour grapes and salty, of course. Y'all good enough. Y'all don't need this. You got Saquon Barkley. What more do you want? It's not like you're ever going to be in a third and 1, 4th and 1 situation anyway. The man breaks 75-yard touchdowns. What do you want? It's rubbish. Shame on Roger Goodell. All the $60 million that he's making. I know why he didn't fight back, because he's just like, all right, I'm getting all this money from these people. Whatever they want. You can ban other stuff. You can ban low bridge hits on the quarterback. You can have all of this, I can't touch the quarterback's helmet anymore. But the tush push is fine? Come on now. Cheating is cheating. That's it. Oh, I don't care what nobody want to tell me. It's BS. It's nonsense. Moving on. Oh, we're halfway here. To my irrelevant news of the week.
You gotta be kidding me.
Told you,
I
we
mean,
just
how do you
zooming
watch
through.
That? I mean,
Zooming through. Sounds like
mistake.
I don't know what I have for irrelevant news, but let's go ahead and check. Do 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 do. I mean, we can talk about this. So it's not irrelevant news, but it is news. Rest in peace to Jim Irsay. You know, the Colts owner. What did he pass? Was it Wednesday? He passed?
Yeah, either yesterday or Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday or Wednesday he passed. You know, he what a character he was. Wore his emotions on his sleeve, was always very brash and honest. Lived his life like a rock star. Like, you know, I've heard him talk about cocaine and a whole bunch of stuff. So I mean, he burned it at both ends. Pause. That's crazy. Yeah, burned the candle at both ends. But yeah, it's just sad to see him, you know, lose his life. He wasn't a very old man. Died at the age of 65. So, you know, thoughts and prayers to the Irsay family. And it's just tough, man. It's just tough to know that, you know, you have so many people that you see, you interact with, you come across in your life, and then you hear news that they're no longer here anymore. Like, I literally just got word today that somebody who was very close to our my son passed, and we just saw her recently. It's just like, it's crazy how life is. So I always tell people, like, live your life to the fullest. Don't put things off for tomorrow. If you gotta say something, say it. You gotta tell people you love them, tell them. Like, what are you holding it in for? That could be the last time that you see that person. So tell them, hey, listen, love you. You know? See you when I see you. So that's how I live my life. I want to tell you to go fuck off. I'm going to do that. Because if that's the last thing that I say to you, just know how I feel. That's it. Moving on. Nick Van Exel thinks players today are prone to Achilles injuries because they don't wear high tops anymore. Yes, I agree. Because I don't understand when it happened that basketball players wanted to be soccer players. I don't get it. You know who started this shit? Steve Nash. Steve Nash started this garbage way back into the mid-2000s because he was the first one to have the low top joints. And everybody's like, oh, yeah, Steve Nash, let's go ahead and have these low tops. Kobe Bryant had his joints, and then everybody started to have low tops after that. What happened to Kobe Bryant after that? Huh? Achilles tear, right? All these players, Jason Tatum, Achilles, Kyrie Irving, Achilles, all of them. Put your ass in some high tops, man. Because what people don't realize about high tops is that high tops don't put that much stress on your Achilles because it's protected. Mm-hmm. If you just have low tops and you're doing all of this cutting, starting and stopping, you're putting more abuse on the actual Achilles tendon. It's fact. Mm-hmm. And some of these players don't wrap their ankles anymore. You don't see baseball players tearing Achilles, and they do a whole bunch of fucking running. Why is that?
Got the, they now have Jordan.
Yeah, they got high top cleats.
Yeah.
They got wrappings on their ankles. Like, come on now. Get to it, man. Stop this. Go back. You know, all my sneakers are high tops. I don't like the mid joints, bro. Mm-hmm. No offense. Whoever like them, I don't like them. Yeah. I like to feel like I got something on my foot.
Stable.
Yeah.
Can't roll an ankle.
Exactly. I mean, I still roll my ankle. I'm old, right? I'll roll my ankle just walking on the sidewalk. Yeah. But at least I know that I got some support there. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, even like growing up, like I don't watch obviously much basketball, but seeing everything's like pretty much low top.
Everything.
Growing up, I'm like, when I thought of high top shoes, I'm like, oh, those are basketball shoes. Just by default, I'm like,
right.
Those basketball shoes.
Right.
You know. But yeah, so, like I don't understand why you wouldn't want to wear something that's protective of you and your time on the court and everything.
Right.
So
just think about it, right? Have you ever ran barefooted?
I was a kid, like outside.
Right. Feels weird, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's like you're using different muscles in your foot to just push off.
Yeah.
You can feel the strain on different sides of your foot when you run barefooted.
Yeah.
But when you have shoes on, especially high tops, you have that support. Now you have a little bit more giddy up in your step. Mm-hmm. That's the way I feel. Anyway.
I feel like you're gonna fly.
Yeah.
Especially with the Air Max, got a little air.
Look, put on a pair of J's. Hey. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
for me, it's just like, come on now. Like I think that there is something to that. Mm-hmm. There is something to that. Moving on. You know, I was going to talk about this, but I'm going to let it. No, you know what? Yes. Jared McCain launched his own line of nail polish called Most Valuable Polish. He's a rookie for the Philadelphia 76ers. I'm not good. I don't judge, right? And I understand my age. I understand that I am not the demographic for this. So my opinion is only going to come from, I just want to ask a question. When did men get so zesty? Like, I think I've asked this question before. Would you date a man that paints his fingernails?
I think that when we talked about it when Caleb Williams was getting drafted. I just say yes, but it depends to, I guess, reasoning, color, extent of, I guess, frequency of getting the nails done.
Right.
Because if it's just like, oh, like, let me do this, it's fun, whatever, I could paint your nails, okay, cool. But if you're going more than me, it's like a weekly thing, it's like, okay, like, I respect you want to keep your nails and hands clean, like, just get basic manicure, that's cool. But you getting like the new colors to match your outfit and all this stuff. It's a little.
Yeah, here's where I would have some concern, Silent Assassin. And let me see if you agree with this. If you dating some guy, like him and all that, you guys hit it off and have so many things in common. If he got more nail polish colors than you do, it's a concern.
Yeah.
If he is saying, hey, saw your nail polish collection, that's really nice. And the next time he comes over, he's in your nail polish collection, that's a concern. That's all I'm saying. Like what you like, but there's still some things that I will never understand, and I'm not trying to. But don't try to push this off on the kids. Like, you want to paint your nails? Don't have no kids coming to their parents and say, yo, I want the nail polish that Jared McCain got.
Yeah.
Nah.
It's also because I'm a big fan of Harry Styles, and he likes
Yeah.
to paint his nails, and he has, like, it's called Pleasing. It's like a line. They have merch. They have face care and nail care, but his audience is females.
Right.
So he's, like, kind of using it, I guess, towards his advantage. Like, hey, let me have these female products, and I know my fans will buy.
They're gonna buy it up, right?
Yeah.
You're
But-
appealing to the
Yeah.
demographic.
So it makes, but for him, it's like, who's his market? Because I know him from TikTok. Like, I know him, he's like a TikTok creator, even though he's a basketball player.
Yes.
But for my demographic, what I see is that's what he's a TikTok
Right.
influencer as well. But how many I feel like NBA is more of a male sport. I don't really see a lot of girls watching it.
It's not right. The
Yeah.
NFL is more neutral. Like, you
Yeah.
have both, more average men and women. But
Yeah.
basketball, I think, is a lot more
man
male
viewed,
driven.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm like, who's gonna then buy his product? Like, who's he marketed towards? Like, because how many men that watch the basketball are gonna paint their nails watching the game?
The zesty
It's
ones.
like-
Yes, the zesties. That's what we're gonna call them.
Yeah.
The Swifties, the zesties. Whatever floats your boat, guys. Whatever floats your boat. Moving on. What do we got here? Let's see. Had a couple of stories there. Next one is here. Oh, yes. Marvel is reportedly filming an Avengers versus X-Men battle for Avengers Doomsday. Yeah. Sign me up for that. Hey, listen, I love me some Marvel. I love me some X-Men. And if you can be able to put those together, yes, sign me up. As long as they have the characters that I like. Don't have no off characters that nobody don't give a damn about. And you have to put them in there just to kind of like build the story up and make it more like meaty. Pause. Like, give me the real. Give me all the high end characters. The Wolverine, Magneto, Cyclops. You got Captain America. Give me all of them. Don't give me no Banshee. Don't give me none of these off characters that we don't care about. We don't give a damn about none of them. None of them. Just give me all the hot ones. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I anything that is childhood driven for me, give it to me. Give it to me. What else we got here? Let's see. Not many left here. Okay, we got one more. Oh no, we talked about that already. Oh, this one's fun. Trump administration considering reality show in which immigrants compete for citizenship. Did you hear about this?
No.
Yeah, so they would have like it's not a Game of Thrones. What's that show called with the kids where they killed each other?
Was it
And they had the Mockingjay. What the hell was it called?
Hunger Games?
Hunger Games.
Yeah.
There you go. They would have like a Hunger Games style reality show.
I feel like that's very like. I mean, I'm kind of at a loss for words.
Why should you be? This is right on brand. Right on brand.
Like using the humans.
Yeah. Well, you got to remember, you have to have people that think that these are humans to actually have some consideration for them, right? If you have people that don't look at these people as human beings and members of society, then of course they're going to want to go ahead and do this because they think that they're animals anyway. Because if they're black and brown people, they don't matter. But if they're of the lighter complexion, they get speed citizenship right to the front of the line. I wonder why that is. Moving on. That is all for irrelevant news of the week.
You gotta be kidding me. I mean, how do you watch the... they stink.
Let's go ahead and talk about some NBA. Shouts to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for winning the NBA's most valuable player. I've been calling it since day one. I said that he was the MVP. I knew he was going to win it. The kid had a great season. He had one of the best seasons for a guard in recent memory. He's the first U.S.-born player to win an MVP in quite some time. You know what I mean? Like, we had Jokic, we had Embiid, we had Giannis, we had who else? You know, those were pretty much the guys that were just kind of like circling the MVP the last few seasons. So the fact that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is the one that got the MVP over Jokic, who had a tremendous season. Shouts to the kid. A lot of people are talking about he flopped his way into an MVP. Look, say what you want to say, but the Oklahoma City Thunder right now are in the conference finals. They had the best record in the NBA. They're still playing. They have the best player that's on the best team. He won the MVP. However he got it, he got it. That's up for debate, right? But if you want to call him a flopper, guess who else won the MVP when he flopped? James Harden. Did pretty good, didn't he? So that's what I'm saying. Like, don't get mad because the league is over here kowtowing to however he plays. It may adjust the other way soon, but let the kid have his flowers, man. The kid put together a nice season. He had a nice, consistent season the entire way. And to have the Oklahoma City Thunder, short time that they've been in existence as the Thunder, have 3 MVPs in their history is remarkable. It's absolutely remarkable. And to have 4 guys that have put on Oklahoma City Jersey Thunders be MVP is pretty damn impressive. You know what I'm saying? James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, and now Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So, you know, it's just, he's a guy that's just, he's special. I haven't seen a talent like that in a very long time. I had said months ago that he has some Kobe in him. I say that all the time, that he has great footwork, makes the game look easy. And if people want to say that he's a foul hunter, go ahead and say whatever the hell you want. But the kid is talented. He had a great season, and shouts to him. So as long as Jokic don't win it, I'm just sick of these European players, man. I'm sick of it. All the good players are European. Come on now. And there's a bias towards it too. It's just like, oh, yeah, we'll give it to it. No, you got some bad motherfuckers out here, man. Give it to Shai, and give it to Braun. Give it to Braun next year. I'd love that. Yeah. Moving on. Those Knicks. I feel bad for Knicks fans. I do. Because they want to win so bad. They want it so bad. This city craves the Knicks to win. More than anybody else, right? If the Mets win the World Series, people will go crazy, but they ain't gonna get crazy like how they get crazy for the Knicks. You see what 7th Avenue look like?
Yeah, it was like a whole like horde of people jumping on.
Crazy.
This stuff is scary.
And that was just them winning and advancing to the conference finals. What happens if they get to the NBA finals? Mm-hmm. They haven't been there in a very long time.
Yeah, even win it.
We're not even talking that. Right? We just talking about them getting to the finals. Yeah, you can't go outside if they get there. If they win, everybody gonna be on curfew. Everybody gonna be on curfew. It's gonna be martial law in the streets. It's nuts. But I respect the enthusiasm. I respect the passion. But to have them lose that game Wednesday night, man, was heartbreaking to see. It was tough. To be up 17 points with like 3.5 minutes to go, and Aaron Nesmith goes ahead and turns into Reggie Miller. Where was the defense? Guard the three. Even that last play with Halliburton, to force overtime. The shot, there's just lazy rebounding. There was no urgency out there. He grabs the rebound, he just runs behind the three-point line, chucks it up, and it bounces up in the air, drops in. It's like, dude, where is the sense of urgency? OG Anunoby splitting the free throws to allow that to happen. If you look back at the videotape, he looked like he did not want to be there. There was zero confidence in his eyes. You can tell that there was nothing there. It's like, oh shit, he's going to miss one. He's going to George Hill this shit. It's crazy. So how they bounce back from this game is going to be very, very vital and very important. Because if they go down 0-2 going back to Indianapolis, it's over. It's over. This Pacers team is probably the most resilient team I've seen since the 2011 Dallas Mavericks. That 2011 Dallas Mavericks team, they went through everybody. They went through everybody, and they were such a resilient team that you can never count them out. You're up 15, you can't count them out. You're up 25, you can't count them out. Don't let them get a lead because they're not going to relinquish it. That's the type of team that this Pacers team is. They are very, very young. They're exciting. They play a fast brand of basketball, and they just keep coming at you in waves. That is a scary thought to even have. It reminds me of the Rocky movie where the trainer was talking to Apollo, and he said, big dog, this is the wrong fight for you, man. We don't need to fight Rocky Balboa again. He was like, why the hell not? I'll beat that chump again. He said, Apollo, the man kept coming at you, and you hit him with everything you had. That fight is all wrong for us, baby. We don't want that type of smoke. That's how it feels, is that you can punch this team in the face. You can kick them, you can throw them down the stairs, and then they're going to keep getting up and keep running at you. That is a demoralizing feeling for the people that are giving the abuse, right? If I'm hitting you in the face and you keep smiling at me, I'm like, yo, do I need to hit him with something else? Because obviously these ain't working no more. So now you start second guessing yourself. Now you start questioning your ability to be able to execute whatever damage you're trying to execute. And that's exactly what happened to the Knicks, is that they were on cruise control for the better half of the latter part of the fourth quarter in that game, right? Game was tight early on in the fourth, back and forth, and then the Knicks started to go on this run, stretch the lead out. They were in control. People turned the damn TV off and say, hey, game's over. We're good. Let me go to bed. Night, hun. You wake up the next morning and say, Knicks lose. What? How? It's crazy. So, I feel for Knicks fans, but guess what? It's game one. You have a lot more games to play. I believe they're going to come out with a sense of urgency, but guys like OG got to step up. He had a bad game. Guys like Mikal Bridges got to step up. He had a terrible game. Cat had a big game. Brunson went for 40, but you have to get other guys involved, and you have to make sure that you have to close games. You just have to find a way to close games. Don't play to lose. Play to win the game. Execute. Make sure that you have guys that can be able to hit timely shots, play good defense, rebound, control the clock. And Tom Thibodeau has to do something different. There's no way that you can allow them to go on that serious run without calling a serious timeout, talking about something, and saying, hey, listen, we're gonna switch on everything. We're not gonna make them beat us from three. If they want to get back in this game, they're gonna have to beat us with layups. They're gonna have to beat us with layups and free throw line shots. but you're not going to beat me with wide open threes or contested threes. Get your ass to the basket. You got to switch it up. So for me, it was just very concerning to see how they just were shooting threes willy-nilly and just hitting everything. Neesmith, where he went 8 for 9 for 3. That's some Reggie Miller shit. And the fact that Halliburton did the choke sign, that was violation. Don't do that. Don't do that, because if y'all get blown out in game 2, I'm telling you right now, Knicks are gonna pummel their ass when they get back to Indiana. So, Knicks fans, don't worry. Don't be mad. Don't be sad. Just know that there's another game tomorrow, and y'all can be able to get y'all revenge. We have anything else to discuss? I think that's it. Yeah. Dummy of the week.
Dummy, yeah.
Every week I go around the room and I ask, who is my dummy of the week? Who do you have, Solomon Sesson?
This happened a couple weeks ago. I believe it was like Mother's Day weekend.
Uh-huh.
There was a post I saw. I don't know if you saw. RFK Jr. was I forget what Montana, one of the states with the M. I don't know remember what state it was. He was swimming in like a little canal, but like all of the whoever, like the officials, whatever, is like, this is toxic water. Please do not like enter the water. And I'm really sure he knew of it, but he's his whole health thing and whatnot. So he's in there swimming in the water. Like the kids got their feet in the water, and this water is like basically like sewage. There's pictures of him like underneath the water and just taking pictures, having like enjoying Mother's Day. And he's like infecting himself basically. Everything.
Why? You see, it's always those people who don't get dysentery and shit their fucking guts out. Because he's already a strange alien. That's why nothing affects him. It's weird.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go ahead and go dive into toxic water. You will be fine in the toxic water. I can guarantee that you'll never see him in a public pool, because that's when he'll burn up.
Yeah.
When it's all clean and there's chlorine to actually purify the water, that's where he'll die. He won't die in the toxic shit. He'll die in the clean shit, because I can guarantee he looks like a person that doesn't bathe. He doesn't shower every day. I can promise you that. You can tell how greasy his skin is. He does not bathe every day. Just doesn't.
Yeah.
Imagine going next to RFK Jr. and he smells like bologna. Spot on.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Bologna and mud. That's what he smells like. It's nuts.
It's wrinkly old skin.
Yeah. Look like a leather bag. Get out of here with that Birkin. It looks like a Birkin. Get him out of here. Pack him the fuck up.
Dummy, yeah.
Get him out of here. That's a good one. I have mine. May I have the drum roll, please? Drum roll, drum roll. And the winner for Dummy of the Week, Yankee fans. Yankee fans are my...
Dummy, yeah.
Now, they've been my dummy before, but now we had it in real time to see. Juan Soto returns to the Bronx. And what do these fans come up with to show their displeasure of Juan Soto? They don't boo. They had people booing and stuff, but they said, we know what's a good idea. When he runs out to right field, you know what we're all going to do? We're going to turn our backs to Juan Soto. And the funny part about that is that some fans turn their backs. Yes. In 22 jerseys. So you're a fan and you're just following the crowd. What are you, 6? It's just the stupidest, childish thing I've ever seen. He was never your player. Get over it. I said this 2 years ago when the trade happened. I said, enjoy the rental. He'll be in Queens. We all knew it. Anybody who had a brain in their head, especially after they lost the World Series, you think he was coming back there? Even if they won the World Series, he wasn't coming back.
He said, whoever gives me the best offer.
Yeah.
I'm going, yeah.
I don't give a damn about what your accomplishments is. I'm trying to tell you, Juan Soto probably never went to Monument Park while he was there. What is that? Nobody, I don't give a shit about Monument Park. Who cares? Where's the money? Where's the security to help my mom get out of here? Because I don't want her seeing no crack vials outside. You guys want to protect this cathedral, right? That's what you call it, a cathedral. There is no cathedral. Because if there was a cathedral, there wouldn't be all this garbage and crime outside of your stadium. For you guys, grow up. Grow up. What you do is you get over it. You go get a girlfriend. You go get a job, a hobby, and you stop obsessing over Juan Soto having the time of his life in Queens, enjoying all the riches that he has. You think he gives a damn about what you people think of him? And when he tipped his hat, right? Oh, people, it was so fun. Oh, the nerve. He's so obnoxious. So, what do you want him to do? Cry and plead and beg? I'm sorry. Go fuck yourself. If it wasn't for me, you guys wouldn't be in the damn World Series. If it wasn't for me and Stanton, you wouldn't be there. You know why you lost? You know who you should be booing? You should be booing that big 6'8" guy out there that likes to hit home runs in the regular season. When it comes to the playoffs, he's nowhere to be found. That's what you should be booing. But you would never boo Aaron Judge. Why? Because he's one of you. He stayed here. You know why Aaron Judge stayed with the Yankees? Because they gave him $40 million a year. At age 32. I'd do it too. I'd do it too. You want to give me all of this money? And I'm advancing my career? Yeah, it's fine. Sure. Take it. I know how good I am. You gonna pay me until I'm 40? Great. It's always about the money. Anytime a player says it's never about the money, they're fucking lying to you. So yeah, the Yankees offered him $760 or whatever the hell it was. And the Mets said, damn that. We putting the Swede in there. We gonna let you go there. All that crime, your mother don't like the crime. She wasn't safe leaving the Bronx to go to her damn car. We gonna make sure that we have security sitting with her the whole time and walking her to the car. We got you. Matter of fact, we got the suite. Nobody can come in here. That's what you do to family. So you Yankee fans need to get over yourselves. Stop tweeting, you big losers, you big crybabies. Get over it. Your team is successful. Aaron Judge is having a historical season. You got the Martian, Jason Dominguez doing crazy. You got Trent Grisham out there looking like Reggie Jackson. All of these dudes out here doing great stuff. And y'all over here worrying about Juan Soto. Carlos Rodon looking like, what do we call it, Kurt Schilling out there. Killing. Max Fried looking like Randy Johnson out there. Come on now. What do y'all care about Juan Soto? It's all because you lost him to us. That's what kills you. It's the pride. The pride. It's not the fact that Juan Soto left. He could have left and went to the Dodgers and you wouldn't have cared. But the fact that he went to the Mets, he went there? That's like some girl breaking up with a guy that has a whole bunch of money for a guy that works at Arby's. You went to him. You know why she went there? Because maybe, just maybe, he out there swinging. And maybe you couldn't do what he can do. Because the dude that working at Arby's, you know he got something packing over there because he got to work double hard. He got to work double hard. So he got OnlyFans on the side. He got all these hustles. He's working. And the girl was like, yo, I had no idea you had that. That's all it is. While the rich dude, he has a complex, he got all these big cars and shit, but he can't satisfy the girl. That's what happens. Juan Soto said, hey, Yankees, you got all this history? You got all these plaques and awards and all this shit here? You can't satisfy my needs. I gotta go to Queens with the big hammer. That's all it is. That's all it is. You went to Steve Cohen that had deeper pockets. That's all it is. It's fine. It's okay to be rejected. But you know the one thing about rejection is that you can be able to pick yourself up and you can say, you know what? We gave it the old college try. We tried our best. We tried to make him feel warm and comfortable and appreciated here. We did our best and it wasn't enough. Just like sometimes when your girlfriend tells you that it's okay that you didn't finish, it's fine. It's not fine. She's just trying to make you feel better. So when you hear Juan Soto says that he enjoyed his time in the Bronx, it's him saying to you, and he puts his hand on your shoulder, like how your girlfriend does after you climax in a minute and a half. And she says to you, it's fine. I was tired anyway. It's all to not crush your ego, right? Because you live to fight another day. You live to fight another battle. You live to move on and realize that there's more to life than being great at something. And the Yankees can't always be great at everything. You can't always have the big star. You can't always have the greatest home run hitter. You can't always have the greatest strikeout pitcher. You can't always have the great stolen base guy. You can't always have the most marketable athlete on the planet. It's just the way the things go sometimes. Failure is a part of life. And if you learn how to fail more and learn how to accept loss, maybe then you Yankee fans, and I'm not talking about all of you, because there's a portion of the Yankee fans that are very good, they're realists, they are good fans, they are respectful fans, they can have good banters with other fan bases and not have to be very tribal and angry and so stupid. But then there's the other side of the fan base that I call the entitled idiots. You are the ones that I'm talking about, and you guys need to get over yourself. It's okay. You'll be able to find another Juan Soto. You'll be able to find another great player, but just know that he decided to go for the girl that looks a little better. That's all I'm saying. That's all for the show. For me, it's vindication. As a Mets fan, I never thought I'd see the day where somebody says, you know what? I don't care for those pinstripes. I want the other pinstripes. I want the ones that look good in the blue and orange. I want that. Yeah. I love it. So, yeah. PSA. Trying to be nice. Nah, fuck that. When you have people that outright lie and tell you that there's a genocide happening in a country that it's not happening in, and you have people believe such garbage, where does truth come into play anymore? Where people are just putting things in front of your face and they're pissing on you and tell you that it's raining and you believe it. We all see what's happening here. You're pushing out all the black and brown people, but yet the Afrikaners can be able to come in here and claim genocide. You know how many white South African farmers have died over the last decade? It's like maybe 50 or 100 or so. That's not a genocide. You want me to tell you how many people in real indigenous South Africans have died? What about people in the Sudan? That's a genocide. What about Gaza? What about the Palestinian kids being literally starved, not having resources given to them? But those things we can't talk about. I'm going to talk about it here. So don't make people think that this is normal. It isn't normal. When you have a president that accepts a plane that you all know what's going to happen. He gave it to the Pentagon as a gift. And when he leaves office, guess what plane he's going to fucking use? So you have somebody that's making billions of dollars in real time being the president, but it's not illegal. But yeah, you want to talk about Joe Biden and he lied to us about his illness, about how advanced his dementia or whatever it was. You got Democrats still talking about Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. When you have elections to win, when you have new policies and new voters to be able to convince that you guys can be able to take control back of the House, possibly the Senate, and you're worrying about an 80-plus-year-old man that has prostate cancer, that all he wants to do at this point is spend the last time that he has with his fucking family. But that's what you're worried about? Instead of worrying about fighting in Congress, fighting to be able to not have things passed and have these old Democrats that are lifetime bureaucrats lie to you and take all of this special interest money and still have these things passed, these bills passed. You know, this new what's it, great big bill that he talked about? There's some Democrats that are on board with that in the Senate. There's some Democrats that passed a whole bunch of bullshit in the Senate. You know, that same Cory Booker that stood there for filibustered for 48 hours or whatever the fuck it was? You know that he actually approved some person to get passed to be in Trump's cabinet that's so unqualified, but he said yes. So where's the fight? Where's the fight? That's my whole thing is that y'all want to fight about other stuff, but you don't fight about the things that are important to the American people. Cowards. Democratic Party is a bunch of cowards, and if you want the coward party to think that they're going to beat the engine of lies and hate speech, there's no way it's going to happen, because you don't want to put the people in front and in charge that can be able to lead a revolution to be able to have that happen. No. You want to have people like AOC and Cory Bush and Ilhan Omar, all of these people, you want them in the back. So you want to get all the news and all the pomp and circumstance that they can draw, all the energy that they can draw up in the base. But when it's time to be able to give them the ball and run with it, you take it away. People like Nancy Pelosi that can be able to be in our hospital bed with a broken fucking hip because she's 80 years old and she's a fucking fossil. She can be able to tell people, oh, we don't want AOC leader of the oversight committee. We want this 70-year-old man to be put on the oversight committee. And guess what happened to that 70-year-old man? He was sick then, and he was sick when he was in the oversight committee, and guess what happened? He died. So you wanted a 70-year-old man instead of the young person in the 30s, 40s, right? That's who you wanted, because the old Democratic Party still exists. They don't care about progressives. They don't care about what you want as a person that's young and growing and aspiring to have progressive views and all of these things change your world. They don't want that. They want to have the appearance that they're helping you when they're really not. They just want to keep their fucking claws in power. So if you want real change, you need to get those out. You need to get the Nancy Pelosi's out. You need to get all Chuck Schumer's. All of them need to go before you can go ahead and turn your attention to Donald Trump and the Republicans. There's an infight, there's a civil war going on in the Democratic Party. In order for you to get to where you need to be, you need to make sure that you win that civil war. That's the problem. So, I'm all over the place, but there's a lot of different topics. Yes, you know, there's white nationalism that's going on, where if you're white, it's okay. If you're black and brown, it's not. And if you want real change in this country, you got to make sure that you support Israel and don't support Palestine. That's just what they tell you. So, that's all for the show. Somebody might hear that and be like, no. I don't care. Until next week, stay safe, stay cool. Peace. Juan Soto. You're going to be all right, my man. All right? You don't listen to the noise. And if anybody tries to bother you, bring them to me. You know, I'll set them straight. Like Michael Cole. Or Michael, what I call it? Michael Cole? Michael K? Whatever the hell his name is. Michael K? I would say the other thing, but, you know, I'm going to be nice.